Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Cole Howard's medical emergency will cause Claire and Victoria Newman to get anxious, according to the Young and the Restless recap for Wednesday, April 30th. What should fans of YNR anticipate from Wednesday's thrilling episode? A doctor will be needed immediately. Billy Abbott will discuss letting go of Phyllis Summers with Sally Spectra at the GCAC and reassure her that his offer to work with Sally was sincere. Billy will forecast a lot of great things about their teamwork and hope for good news soon, even if Sally won't be ready to commit to the job just yet. Adam Newman and Connor Newman are present in the Crimson Lights meeting that Chelsea Lawson arranges with Lauren Baldwin. Adam will get optimistic that Chelsea will accept his offer to collaborate once he receives information about Chelsea consulting Lauren. Eventually, Lauren will have a conversation with Chelsea and find out that she is considering leaving Marchetti to work for Newman Media. Chelsea won't want to put Summer Newman in a difficult situation, though. Chelsea will question Sally's ability to manage assuming the role of creative director while continuing to work on the Marchetti Z line. Since it's a lot of work, Lauren will agree that Chelsea should speak with Sally before they leave for summer. Chelsea will be concerned about the discomfort and will wait to talk to Sally until she is certain of her intentions. Lauren will support Chelsea no matter what and will encourage her to follow her gut. Claire will inform Nikki Newman at Society that she and Kyle Abbott exchanged declarations of love. The topic of conversation will shift to Claire and Kyle choosing to move, but she will be afraid Victor would lose it and possibly even take revenge. In the end, Nikki will persuade Claire that this information must be presented gradually, so she will want to be more approachable and lenient with Victor. Victoria will become more worried about Cole at the TAC house as his cough continues to worsen. Victoria's concerns will be heightened by Cole's apparent fever. Cole will initially dismiss this as a cold or flu and believe he can just sleep it off at the sports club by himself. Victoria will constantly encourage Cole to consult a doctor because she wants to look after him instead. Claire will see that Cole is sleeping on the sofa and will ask Victoria when she comes over to pick up some work and tell her about Nikki's plan to assist her with Victor. Cole's frequent coughing fits will cause anxiety in both Victoria and Claire. Even Cole will eventually recognize that this is more than a cold and conclude that he does, in fact, need to see a doctor. According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Cole may soon receive a dreadful diagnosis, so keep an eye out. One pair might be doomed, according to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, as a romantic blow-up was exposed by a screenplay leak. Let's discuss the implications of a recent social media post for the future of one amazing YNR duo. Before discussing her opinions on Crime and Punishment, Zuleika Silver shared a picture of herself reading the book on her Instagram story. But behind that, fans couldn't help but spot the YNR script. A line of conversation at the top of the page gave Silver's fans a sneak peek into what's to come. It appears that Audra mentions the moment we blew up romantically before being interrupted by another character. That's a fascinating clue to think about, so let's look at our possibilities. They might be about to have a love breakdown since Audra is already making some major blunders on air that could ruin her relationship with Nate Hastings. There are other ways to wreck things with Nate because Audra is keeping her past with Holden Novak a secret and is aiming to destroy Kyle Abbott's relationship with Claire Newman for Victor Newman. Considering everything mentioned above, it is plausible that Audra is alluding to her connection with Nate in the script. Audra may be discussing their failing romance with Nate or maybe with someone else. However, it's also plausible that Audra is making reference to her history with Holden in this exchange. Maybe Audra is finally admitting that her relationship with Holden was more than just a meaningless fling, rather, it was a deeper romance that blossomed. Given that Audra vowed to tell Nate everything, it might still result in a confrontation. Nate will be furious to learn that Audra played down their relationship because he believes that she just had a few dates with Holden. Nate and Audra's relationship could end badly because of that, plus all the drama around Victor that is currently developing. Audra's forecasts on their future together might soon come to nothing. Stay tuned for more on Nate and Audra's future developments, as spoilers for The Young and the Restless indicate that they may be dealing with breakup news soon. According to spoilers on The Young and the Restless, Summer Newman is dealing with an issue at work. That might be related to Chelsea Lawson's potential employment at Newman Media. But Phyllis Summers steps in to save the day. Let's discuss what might happen with this plot as you continue reading. Newman's summer catastrophe. Summer has a professional disaster of some sort during the week of April 28th. There might be a few options. The first is Chelsea's abrupt resignation to Newman Media. Although she might find herself in a business pinch, Summer would be understanding. These kinds of incidents often seem to occur at the most inconvenient times. A Marchetti crisis once occurred just before the debut of a seasonal line. The choice of Chelsea Lawson. It is hinted that Chelsea will take a chance. Any employer would be alarmed if Chelsea failed to provide any notice. Chelsea might be reminded by Summer that hiring her in the first place was risky. Nonetheless, the creative director had the impression that her next destination was Newman Media. The firing of Phyllis Summers. Billy Abbott informs Phyllis that she has left him with no other option in a preview video for the next week. He appears to be considering firing her from Abbott Communications. Phyllis may be upset about it, but perhaps there was a reason it didn't work out. Phyllis becomes unduly worried about Daniel Romalotti, Jr. after she loses her job. Daniel, however, as previously and probably will again reject his mother's meddling. In addition, Daniel appears to be handling things on his own. That would normally leave Phyllis rather lost. That's why the timing of the Marchetti crisis in summer is so intriguing. The Marchetti rescue mission. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Phyllis steps in to help Summer during this work-related emergency. Being a born leader, Phyllis assumes command in almost any circumstance. Although fashion may not be Phyllis's current area of expertise, she is directing rather than designing. Red could find that to be a creative and rewarding role. Another option that just occurred to me is that there is a technical emergency. What happens if Marchetti is hacked or something? Phyllis is incredibly tech-savvy, particularly in the areas of hacking and security. Summer might get another job the day Billy fires her if Phyllis fixes her problem. That being said, if Summer and Phyllis collaborate, it may lead to a great deal of tension, so keep an eye out. Phyllis fired. Face screaming in fear. Billy makes ruthless move. Audra manipulates Sally's future. YNR shock. Billy drops the axe on Phyllis. Fire. Audra pushes Sally into risky decision. YNR recap. You're out, Phyllis. Police car light. Billy's bold firing stuns everyone. Audra's power play with Sally. Phyllis devastated by Billy's betrayal. Crying face. Audra plots behind the scenes. Young and restless. Billy fires Phyllis in brutal twist. Briefcase. Audra pulls strings with Sally. YNR drama alert. Audra takes control. Collision. Sally falls under pressure as Phyllis gets the boot. YNR spoilers. Phyllis gets the shock of her life. Flushed face. Billy ends it all. Audra makes her move on Sally. Total shake-up. High voltage. Billy fires Phyllis. Audra manipulates Sally's big decision. YNR. Phyllis out. Pouting face. Audra pushes Sally into uncharted territory. YNR recap shocker. Sally's future in Audra's hands? Face screaming in fear. Billy fires Phyllis. An explosive YNR moment.